So it starts off, Oz is at the top of his game. He is fixing the Underground Railroad station into his confines. Nobody can find him. He's up top and he disappears down below, and he loses everybody every time. His drivers, everything. I have to give it to Oz and say he is a mastermind, even though I still don't like him. I am very biased, but when he's good, he's good. So it cuts to Sophia. Her and Doctor have been getting it in. Not only getting it in, she has been laying it on. And when I say laying it on, I think she's halfway torturing this guy, but he loves it and they're happy and they are nasty. Pretty much, she is definitely a dominatrix. He loves when she takes control. Meanwhile, she leaves him, goes to the kitchen, and I guess Sal then moved in with Sophia. He's sitting there cooking, getting her father's old glasses of wine, and he's cracking it open. But she likes it because it's the family and the loyalty she never had. And I actually like it for both of them. At the same time, Sal tells Sophia Oswald is moving up and he's getting a whole bunch of cells and stuff like that. He's going to expand. And Sophia's like, well, we can't let that happen. Let's try to strike some fear into people so that they know that they can't sell with him. So she sits there and tortures and strings people up and unalives a whole crew that be on the corner. And that did scare them for a while. And Oz is like, yo, you know what? Let's just give the product out for free. Let these people know that they can't stop us. So Oz gets the complaints for some of the guys. And he's like, you know what? Meet me later. I'm going to talk to you. Because Oz knows that he got the gift of gab and he can talk to them because he can relate to them in a manner that Sophia and Sal can't do, because he was a worker just like them. Meanwhile, Sophia and Sal is tearing up Oz's place, trying to find some kind of weakness Oz might have. Sophia finds a woman's underwear in his drawer. And I'm thinking, at first, I really thought it was his mom. But as she's showing the picture, nobody wants to give the lady up. Come to find out, it is the lady of the night, the one that Oz really had a liking for and wanted to be with. Now, the lady is extremely honorable because she tells one of her girls to go get Sophia and bring Sophia to her. She's like, yo, Sophia, you could take me out, whatever. Just don't touch my girls. She was like, that is why I brought you here. Do whatever. Take me out. That's what you want to do. But please, because you know you the hangman. And Sophia's like, listen, I am not the hangman. It was always my father. But Oz was working for him. And I bet you didn't know that. And he didn't tell you that. That's why he let you believe that it was me. Oz knew all along. Miss Lady of the Night, she started being so sympathetic because that's her peoples that was getting strung up. And Oz was still hanging and driving the man that did that while sleeping with her at night. She feels so jaded and disgusted. And at the same time, she looks at Sophia and she feels horrible that this even happened to her. And I told you, this is why I don't rock with Oz. He got no loyalty. He does not care. And somebody so grimy like that, they'll let everything go in a heartbeat. The only person he cares about is his mother. I told you again, if it came down to Victor and Oz, it definitely will be Victor. Speaking of Victor, Victor runs into his old neighborhood friend, and he has been watching Victor coming and going. He knows that Victor is working with Oz, and he wonders who that woman they are trying to protect so desperately. He's like, listen, Sophia and them are looking for you, and I could just tell them what's up. Victor decides he's going to speak to Oz, but then Victor realizing, yo, I got to handle this on my own, because you know Oz don't want to hear that. Like, at some point, you got to man up. So Victor goes back to the guy and he takes him out on his own. Grand opening, grand closing. And I was like, yo, Victor, I think we may need a headshot up in there too, because you know we in Gotham. He may just turn into a superhero. Sophia's chat with the Lady of the Night goes very well because at the end of the chat, she realizes that she's been played and she gives up Oz's location. She's like, he's down there in Crown Point. Don't tell him I told you. And it's weird because this woman, she has so much loyalty that Sophia respects her. Sophia was going to leave without doing any damage to her. However, in return, Madame gives up Oswald. And that was just because it was principle and it's because he's a sneaky ass dude. Now, at the same time, there's no electricity going to the poor parts of town. So Oswald went and he got a politician and he's like, you better cut this on. And he threatened him with pliers and they got a little bit of physical, but he got his point across. Next thing you know, they turned on the light and the heat was restored to the poor neighborhoods where he was living at. Oz gets down there and he speaks to all the other guys. And in true fashion, he has a conversation about we came from the bottom. We only understand each other, yada, yada, yada. Because at first they was like, nah, you have no loyalty. So they didn't want to side with him, which I think they should have really stuck with that. Because at the end of the day, Oz still has no loyalty. Sophia was actually offering money. So I just, whatever. Because Oz is a good talker. And Oz can sell for cheaper because he's growing them now. And he has the perfect environment to grow them. Because as you know, Sophia's was all dying and dead for the mushrooms. After all that's done, we get back to see Victor dancing with the mother with the electricity on and the heat pouring in. And as we see them dancing, and Victor's like, your Oswald did this for you. And the mother, for one moment, actually give Oswald his credit. And the camera cuts to Miss Sophia Gigante waiting in the kitchen, ready to start hitting. Now she's in the hallway, but she ready because she got something in her hand ready to take him out. Cliff freaking Hanger. Anyway, I'm Amina seen it. Let me know what y'all think down below. Enjoy.